Hello, family. How's everybody doing this evening? I have some dreams I want to share with you guys. I've been going through some spiritual warfare. Nothing, like, not in a sense where it's been tiring me out or anything. Like, I am waking up in the morning and feeling like I didn't get much sleep, and then it kind of hits me later on in the day. But the dreams have been pretty interesting. The Lord's been keeping me. The Lord's been protecting me, and He's been giving me the sword and the means to defend myself. So I'm not too worried about that. But He's been showing me some things about what's going on in the spiritual realm, as far as what these demons are doing, and they've been planning and building up um, their armies, and things are about to get crazy. So this first dream I want to share with you. Um, I was in a room with my team of officers. So we were kind of like police officers or cops, and I've had dreams like this before, and I believe this has to do with um, warriors, the warriors in God's army, and I was with a group of other warriors in God's army, and we were in this room, and it was like we were protecting certain people that were in the room, that couldn't defend themselves, and we were like surrounding them. We had like a circle almost around these people, and um, we were behind this almost like a protective wall of glass windows in a sense. And these enemies, these bad guys, were coming, like they had came into this room or this building we were in, and one guy comes up to the window, and he's like peering into the glass, like trying to find us, trying to see us. And I had had everybody, I had told everybody, like, hold your fire, and we were just kind of standing there. We were like kneeling down, waiting to see what they were going to do first, because we didn't want to start attacking if they weren't going to do anything. So the guy's still looking through the window, and then another guy comes up to the window, and then I realized they have guns, and they're like aiming at the window. So I'm like, all right, shoot, shoot. So we just start blasting back and forth. We're shooting these guys, taking them out left and right. My partners are, surrounding these people we're protecting, trying to keep them safe, and the windows are getting blasted out and stuff. And then it was like the boss. I knew this was the boss of the guy that was in charge of these group of bad guys, if that's what you want to call them, that came in, and which obviously they represent demons. And he had came up to the window, one of the broken windows, and I was kneeling down, and I think I don't remember exactly what I was doing at that moment. I think I might have been like trying to reload my weapon or something like that, reload my gun. I had this silver pistol, and um, I went to go, like, I saw him. He was like looking at me. He was like walking towards me, smiling, and I knew like he thought that I wasn't going to shoot him, or that I wasn't going to be able to shoot him, or something like that. And so I took my pistol out, and I go to shoot him, and I like missed a couple times, and I thought that was weird that I missed a couple times, but I missed a couple times, and then he was like right in front of me, and I shot him in the stomach, and like I seen a hole. It was like a hole in his stomach, and he was like, at that point he was sitting on the broken windowsill, like his feet were on the inside where we were, and he was like sitting on it. And then I took his legs, and I put my hand against his chest or stomach or something like that, and I was like, see you later. And I flipped him. So he flips out this window, and at that point I knew we were up high, like real high, like stories high, and I see him falling. Like I see him falling in my head, but I also see him falling from like looking down above at him, and he's falling. He's yelling like ah, and then he hits the ground, boom, and it's kind of graphic, but he splatters everywhere, and his head popped off. And then I had said to my team and the people that we were protecting that I was like, that guy died a horrible death. So um, I know that was just another, that was like a mission that I was going on. And I was helping protect these people from these demons that were trying to get in and attack them. Um, they must have been brothers and sisters. Maybe they were like baby Christians that really don't understand who they are in Christ yet and the power that we have in the Holy Spirit. So then this next dream, I went into a cafeteria where there were a lot of people I knew sitting and talking, and they were like all sitting at the little tables and stuff that you usually see in like a cafeteria setting. And then there were these two girls that came up to me, and I knew they were demons. And they came up to me, and the one was like nagging me, like she kept nagging me about something, about giving her something. And I told her no and to go away, but she wouldn't leave me alone. She just kept bugging me. And we were then sitting down at the table, or I was sitting down at the table, and then they came up and sat at the table too. And I had told her I had looked at the girl that kept bugging me, and I had said to her that I had something new that I hadn't used yet, and if she didn't leave me alone, I would show her what it was. And she like got suspicious for a second, and she like started to like move back, like maybe I should leave him alone. But then she stopped and and she like started mocking me, and like she just kept mocking me and like just bugging me. And so then I had put my hand up to her face, and I had told her, I was like pleading to her. I was like, please don't make me use this right now. Don't make me use this right now. And she just kept mocking me. And then all of a sudden, like I made this like green energy being, this energy form like out of my hand, and it like shoots out at her face like a fireball, and like her face, like she like blew back like that. And and then I had like picked her up by her ankle, and I swung her over my head and like and slammed her on the ground. And this all happened so quickly. And then I was standing over top of her, and I pointed down at her, and this like green laser beam shoots out at her. And after all this happened, like while all this is happening, all the people that were in the room were like amazed and baffled at what they just saw, and they're like, "What in the world? How'd that guy do that?" And I had went to go sit down, and then I remember thinking that I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to show anybody that I had these abilities or this ability. And like I wanted to keep, for some reason I wanted it to stay a secret, or to until a certain time or something like that. But either way, I had to show him, or I had to use it against this demon to get her away. So it's just another dream of some spiritual warfare going on. So uh this next two dreams happened last night. And this first dream, I was in my mom's house, I think, and I was talking to one of my ex-girlfriends, and her name is Tamara. And Tamara means palm tree. And I did a couple of things. I was looking things up, and I know it has to do with like Tamar, and um, it pretty much represents like prosperity, like being prosperous, and being like fruitful and prosperous and stuff like that. So that's what Tamara represents. And so I was on the phone and I was talking to her, and we were talking about us getting back together. And I wasn't really sure about it, so I had started yelling at her, and I was telling her to leave me alone and that she didn't want to be with me. And then she started crying on the phone, and I started to feel really bad. So I had she was about to hang up, and then I was like, no, wait, listen to me. And then I had asked her why she wanted to be with me so bad, and she said, because I love you. And that had really got to me, like it really sat in my heart. And then so I was like, okay. And I knew she was sitting outside of my mom's house in this truck the whole time that we were talking, and she had asked me to come sit in the truck with her. But I thought I had told her that it was too soon. I was like, not yet, it's too soon, because I had just recently became single. And I thought my mom was going to kill me if she knew I was jumping right into something. Like, I had just got out this relationship and I was jumping right back into another relationship. So I don't think that really has anything to do with anything, but it's possible. I don't know. But anyway, um, I then went outside and I was walking down the sidewalk, and I think I was walking with my mom. And I was looking at, we had walked past the truck that Tamara was sitting in, was in, and I was looking at the truck as we walked by, and then I noticed that she kept pushing the brake pedal, because I could see that the brake lights kept flashing, like they would flash, and then it would stop for a minute, and then it would flash, and it would stop for a minute, then it would flash a couple times, and it would stop for a minute, and I was like, what is she doing? Why does she keep pushing the brake lights? Like, she's gonna bring attention to herself for no reason. And then I think I had woke up from that dream. So obviously the flashing brake lights is a warning about something, a warning sign, flashing red lights. So, and the rest of the dream, I'm not really too sure about. I haven't really done any research on that besides what Tamara's name means. So if you guys have something, I'm more than welcome to share that. Or you're more than welcome to share that. So this last stream I want to share with you real quick. It was kind of long, but I'll try to get through it as quick as possible. So I was in a room with my wife and another woman, and I think it might have been Tamara, but I'm not sure. So, and I was talking to my wife about something, and then she started talking about her working out and losing weight. And then we were hugging, like she had came over to me, and like I was holding her, she was like facing me, and we were hugging, and I was talking to her. And then I had saw a girl that I had went to school with, in like elementary school and high school, or throughout my school years. Her name was Stacy. And I looked up Stacy, and Stacy means fruitful and like fruitful and prosperous. I'm not sure what the other one of it is, but it was like fruitful. So obviously the Lord was talking to me last night about being prosperous and fruitful, bearing fruit. I believe he was talking to me about me bearing fruit, about showing me that I am bearing fruit in that in that sense. So and when I saw Stacy, I had noticed that she had gained a little bit of weight. So she was standing, and I had saw her, and she was standing in front of this fish tank. And I've seen this before, and I'm not really sure what this fish tank stands for, but I know fish can represent men, like as we are fishers of men. And so it could have to do with that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I had noticed that Stacy had gained a little bit of weight around her belly area. And then she had on this like gray tight fitting dress that exposed her mid region. So I could see her tummy was hanging over a little bit. And I noticed that she wasn't as skinny as she was as I remember being in high school. So, but then I thought she was still very pretty even with her weight gain. Then I was wondering if it was bad that I was thinking this stuff while I was holding my wife. So, I thought that was kind of funny, but you women might not think that's funny. But anyway, um, at some point we had all left the room, and there were other people with us at this point, and we were going through the house, this building that we were in, and I knew it was a house, and we were looking for some sort of little creature like a mythical sprite, a gnome or a leprechaun, something like that. We started seeing there were little hidden doors all over the house as we were going up the floors, and we were going up in a spiral direction. I then realized we were in a witch's house, and there was all kinds of magic in this house. I found one little door, and I had opened it, but then I had saw there was a cage, and I saw there was a creature that looked like a dog in the cage, but I knew not to let it out. Then we knew that the witch had returned to the house, and we had all ran to hide. And at that point, I was hiding in a room, and I was laying on the floor. I saw there was a book that had a bunch of pictures of demons all over it. And I remember I kept trying to move it away from me because I didn't want to look at it. I could hear someone talking about some demon, and they had described it as a big fat putrid woman demon. And they said that she was coming into the room. And when she had came into the room, I had acted like I was sleeping, but I could hear her walking around me, and I kind of could see her, like, even though my eyes were closed, like, I could see her in the spirit. And for whatever reason, it had left me alone, and I felt like I might have been invisible to it. I then saw that there were little pieces of something on a table in the room. I looked at them, and I knew that they were bones or teeth, but they looked like they were all made of different materials. I knew that that the there was some kind of magic on them, and the witch was bringing people in and giving them these bones or teeth or whatever they were, giving them to the people to eat, and then they would give you certain abilities based on which one they ate. At that point, I felt like I was myself on the inside, but I was in the form of someone else on the outside. So I was looking through somebody else's eyes, and I had took one piece of one of these little bone teeth things, and I had ate it. Then I knew the person that I was seeing through, had abilities to control their shadow or create symbols on the wall that will come to life. Then another guy that was in the room had told me to make a specific symbol on the wall, almost like I was doing graffiti. And I saw the symbol come alive like it was an animated cartoon character, and the guy started laughing like we were joking around. Then I saw my shadow, it started to grow tentacles, and it started to form tentacles on the wall, like the shadow, and it started attacking itself. And at that point, I knew something was interfering with the magic, and there was some kind of cross interference. So I thought that was kind of funny, cross interference. So obviously, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the cross, was interfering with this demonic magic. So basically, all this comes to that the Lord was showing me that there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on. He was just showing me what the demons are doing, and the witches and all that stuff, that they're trying to form their armies and enemies and stuff and to attack us. But God's got us, so no worries. We're protected. Just lean on Him. Have your swords of the Spirit and your shields of faith and the complete armor of God, and everything will be fine. God bless you guys, and I'll talk with you soon.